Surely we lions are not all that bad.
With the birth of Simba and the rise of a new future king, Scar feels cheated. He knows with his current circumstances, he will never become king, turning him bitter, angry, and resentful, leading him to attempt to destroy Simba. When Scar plots against the cub, his father Mufasa did everything in his power to save him and succeeds. Scar knows now if he truly desires the throne and truly wants Simba gone, the death of the king must come too. But of course, he's going to need a little help for that, which perfectly leads into Scar's villain song, Be Prepared. Hello, I'm Isaac from Wotso Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people. I'm all about spreading the magic of Disney, so to do that today, for my second Disney music breakdown, I'm going to be explaining the significance, inner workings, and what we learn from every detail during the song Be Prepared. Just what I need to do. Gotta have another Lion King video. Can't have enough of those. From the moment Scar reveals himself to be in the elephant graveyard, he patronizes the hyenas who believe they are his friend. He sits above the hyenas, speaking properly while flaunting meat for them and dropping it to feed them like they are uncivilized animals. From the very beginning of the scene, he establishes himself as a provider and as someone who is meant to be over them.
Oh, I like that. He's not king, but he's still so proud.
Once the hyenas bring up how their defeat wouldn't have occurred if Mufasa was defeated, Scar agrees and jumps down to be immersed in green smoke as he walks. The green setting represents Scar's greed, jealousy of Mufasa, and ambition to become king, showing his dark aspects of his mind are being exposed. At the same level as the hyenas, Scar cannot feel dominant, so he's condescending to them, mocking their retention, telling them they are thick and acknowledging his belief they are stupid, even though he needs them to fulfill his plot. He needs warriors at his side. Even though Scar thinks they have little intelligence and puts them down for it, Ed's salute with the request to pay attention indicates regardless of how smart they really are, they can ignore Scar's cruelty and still be loyal soldiers for him during his massive plans. No matter how thoughtless Scar believed they were, he expected they would comprehend the scale of what could occur under his leadership and the ramifications of that change. He insists an opportunity for a new era was coming, but Shenzi inquires on what that actually meant for the hyenas.
And where do we feature?
Just listen to teacher.
No, I wouldn't call you a teacher, Scar. I'd say you're more of a big bully. With a British accent, of course. With the hyenas' concerns coming to his attention, he continues his mistreatment of them by grabbing and handling Shenzi like she is a tool or object. Knowing he will soon ask the hyenas to be ruled by him, Scar continuously is trying to establish his supremacy over them to not only feed his egotistical nature, but build the idea he is their superior. Scar is convinced the throne is destined for him. He's the only one who is meant to rule Pride Rock, and he promises when he gets what he deserves, the hyenas will be able to get what they really want.
I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously square. Be prepared.
Scar continues to establish himself as a dominant figure in the minds of the hyenas by rising above them, confirming Scar as their leader. So when he states Mufasa's death will come, they believe him. At first, the hyenas believe the eradication of the king will mark the end of the Pride Lands' monarchy, and they are ecstatic for that. Under the current system, they are dissatisfied. They possess a great deal of rules and regulations, they fear Mufasa and are constantly hungry, so an order with none of those barriers thrills them. But Scar has to focus them back to him.
I will be king. Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again.
Although anarchy would likely satisfy the hyenas, Scar brings them to believe he can create balance. He sells them on the fact hope for a better future with a plethora of food can only come through him being king. Although the hyenas were literally just mocked and looked down upon by Scar, showing he doesn't respect them, by appealing to a base desire of food, the hyenas mobilize for that and praise Scar.
Long live the king!
As the hyenas begin to unify for Scar, the green atmosphere transforms into yellow. By encapsulating Scar in yellow, this signifies the hyenas' belief in Scar's intellect, honor, and loyalty, while it also represents Scar's ability to use deceit, to organize the hyenas. With the belief Scar is saving them, the hyenas bind together to form one destructive unit for Scar to manipulate and control. Their marching alludes to the marches of the Nuremberg rallies in Nazi Germany, since both groups of soldiers had bound together to follow a morally corrupt individual and were willing to go to great lengths for them.
Of course, quid pro quo, you're expected to take certain duties on board.
I don't know if going to those extreme lengths is necessarily worth a zebra leg, but hey, I'm not a hyena. All of his small interactions where he has stood above the hyenas to establish dominance, and all of the claims he can provide the food the hyenas desire, has made them feel forced to rely on him. To get what they want, Scar shows they are going to have to serve his darkest desires. They have to kill the king. But even if they do that, Scar acknowledges he's going to get more from this than them. The power, the victories, the glory will be his, and for them to receive anything, they must go through him. Scar is selling the hyenas on the dream they will get a better life, but they are still only going to receive the scraps from a lion who has been seen to not care or think highly of them.
The future is littered with prizes, and though I'm the main addressee, the point that I must emphasize is, you won't get a sniff without me!
He jumps to the ground to build his sense of intimidation and strength, seemingly splitting the earth with his action and words to further establish his reputation as an unstoppable force. In addition, with this move to the ground, the yellow world transforms again into red, manifesting Scar's anger, determination, willpower, and wrath. We are visually seeing Scar's steadfast rage pour over into the world. We can see the ground break and explode, showing he is unwilling to restrain his emotions and refuses to wait any longer to become king. Scar is causing changes to occur, and the hyenas must prepare.
So prepare for the coup of the century. Be prepared for the murkiest scam.
Scar admits what he is doing is immoral. He acknowledges his plan to kill Mufasa is wrong, and he's also kind of pointing out that convincing the hyenas he can change the system at his will is a scam. After years of Scar's injustice, with the hyenas in full support of the despicable plot, the knowledge he can execute the plan and get away with his idea, it seems Scar is unstoppable, seen visually through him rising on the moving rock. But the hyenas aren't concerned with Scar's ego or his grievances with his brother. They are following Scar to achieve a new system with the ease and luxury of food guaranteed by Scar, and after listening to Be Prepared an endless number of times, I finally heard the hyenas part for the first time, and it's evident food is what they are after.
Planning, tenacity spanning, decades of denial is simply why I'll be king.
They are focused on short-term gains proposed by new leadership, leading to them to blindly exalt Scar instead of thinking about what the long-term effects could be to having a hateful, cruel, and selfish individual leading the Pride Lands. They are unaware of what is really going on. Scar has been waiting for this moment to rise his entire life. He has felt pushed aside for many years and now feels the only way to be rewarded and recognized is to implement his plan to take the throne.
Meticulous planning, tenacity spanning, decades of denial is simply why I'll be king, undisputed, respected, saluted, and seen for the wonder I am.
Be Prepared depicts how Scar, a power-hungry narcissist, preyed upon those desperate for basic essentials to rise to a position of leadership. With the temptation of a new order and promises of never going hungry, the hyenas are willing to ignore the cruel nature of Scar in hopes of siding with the individual who can provide them a better life. Over the duration of the song, Scar's high-class demeanor transforms into pure rage and passion. His evil pours out, his plan is bared, which just means uncovered, and he's not stopping yet. Scar has played the hyenas, he will manipulate the pride, and he will do it all to destroy Mufasa and become king. Thank you so much for watching my second Disney music breakdown. The first video on Poor Unfortunate Souls received a lot of positive feedback, so I was ecstatic to try out another episode for all of you. And now it's time to get your thoughts again by asking the question of the day sponsored by my patrons. To become a patron yourself, check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/WotsoVideos. Who do you think is the most manipulative Disney villain? And what song or theories should I discuss next? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, along with any other ideas you have for future Discovering Disney episodes. If you enjoyed discussing Be Prepared, then click that like button. And if you're interested in staying up to date with more magical Disney music breakdown videos, then click that subscribe button and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you'd like to see more Wotso videos, then check out some awesome pics over here. And as always, thanks for watching and have a magical day.